Hello everyone, welcome to new video. Today we are going to discuss about new phenomenon, that is the continued phenomenon of our chapter, that is next part of our chapter, that is specific heat capacity and numericals regarding to it. So right now we are going to discuss about some points, that is measurement of specific heat capacity. There are also two methods are there, but we have to take in a both, that is mixing method and another is calorimeter and calorimeter. Okay, so now what is meant by mixing method? So whenever we have seen specific heat capacity, whenever we talk about specific heat capacity, in that we have to know, we have to take one container. In that container we have filled some amount of water, and afterwards we insert a hot metal or metallic ball inside in it, which has a greater temperature than that of a water, and a meter to measure the loss of the heat or the gain of the heat by the water. Okay, so these type of arrangement you are seeing in the calorimetry or calorimeter. Okay, so now what is meant by specific heat capacity? The heating capacity of an element or the material to hold the heat inside in it, that known as specific heat capacity. Now students, see this, whenever we start the point, so in that we have to firstly know that there is a loss of heat by the ball, gain of heat by the water, and increase in temperature by calorimeter. Increase the temperature by calorimeter. So in that case, what we can clearly see over here, so that's to study this further, we have to apply some rule for it. First, that is Q. First is Q, that is heat lost by solid object. Heat lost by solid object means, as we have seen in the diagram, I am going to write down over here, solid ball, water, calorimeter. So here heat loss, solid ball losses the heat. So at what amount the solid ball has to be lost is heat gained by water in calorimeter and heat gained by calorimeter. So here whatever the loss that the ball has been done is only absorbed by the water molecule and this calorimeter only, isn't it? Just tell me students, whatever the heat loss take place by the ball is absorbed by the water and the calorimeter. Okay, now how we can say heat loss by solid object is equal to heat gain by water in calorimeter plus heat gain by calorimeter. That is our first, that is nothing but the heat lost by object, which is indicated by Q. Okay, so now here we can see the heat lost by solid object is always taken as by this method. In that we are going to take first one, that is here heat lost by solid object which is indicated by Q is totally dependent on mass of, because previously we have seen that the specific heat capacity is dependent of mass into specific heat into capacity into temperature. So that is our equation. In previously we have learned this equation. If you have not seen, so go and watch the previous video. In that I have explained the specific heat capacity, in which the specific heat capacity dependent on these three factors. So heat lost by solid object is equal to mass of solid object plus, okay, now here we have to here we have to multiplied by specific heat capacity of solid Okay, and next, decrease in the temperature. Why so decrease in the temperature? Because temperature of this solid object goes into the water. So that's the reason here taken decrease in temperature. This make the equation star, this make the equation first. Okay, now equation first. What I have done, beta? Specific heat capacity of the substance is totally dependent of mass of the substance, specific heat capacity of the substance, and the change in the temperature. Now here, when we kept those, when we have taken a solid object which is initially get hot, initially the object is hot. Afterwards, when we put that object in the container or in the water, at that time what happened? Heat loss take place, and the amount of heat should be removed from the solid object and went into the water. Okay, now next, so here it is totally dependent on mass, water specific heat capacity, and its temperature, change in temperature. Now the second is heat gained by the calorimeter. Which is indicated by Q1. Okay, so that Q1 is also dependent on same these three factor, that is mass of water into specific heat capacity of water into, now here water increases temperature or decreases temperature? Of course, solid decreases and water increases, so increase in temperature, increase in temperature. Okay, now next, the third one is heat gain by that is about heat gain by water only, water. Now heat gain by calorimeter. Is equal to, which is indicated by Q1, that is indicated by Q2. So Q2 is also same, mass of calorimeter into specific heat capacity of water, that calorimeter into, now temperature in the calorimeter also increases, so increase in temperature. What happened, beta? In this case, only and only solid object losses is heat, but the water and calorimeter should be absorb the heat. So that is why now heat lost by object. Now in previously we have seen heat lost by object is equal to heat gained by object. Okay, that numerical table I have taken. Okay, I'll done one more thing. In the comment box I'll drop the link. Okay, you must go and watch the videos. Okay, all the 3 videos you have to watch from first to last, so you will get each and every point is clear. Okay, you are watching my videos from center or from middle one or from the ending, so you don't get any concept. So what you have to do is, particularly I have make the playlist. In that playlist you have to watch each and every video carefully from the first video to the last video. Okay students, now so here heat lost by object is equal to heat gained by calorimeter plus heat gained by water. Heat gained by water. So heat lost by object is taken as Q. So Q is equal to heat gained by calorimeter, that is Q2, and water is Q1. So we can make it Q1 plus Q2. Doesn't matter if you change the place, because in addition and multiplication if you change the place it doesn't matter. So this equation is nothing but the equation of specific heat capacity or measurement of specific heat capacity. Students, note down all these points. Okay. So do one thing, that pause the video and write it down. Okay, I'll wait for it. that to pause the video. Okay, just pause the video and write down all these points. Okay, instead of that, draw this figure as well. Okay beta, now we are going to take one numerical regarding to this point. Okay, a very simple numerical I am going to take, and afterwards totally means all the numericals I am going to take, but here I am just taking first numerical regarding to this point, and in second video module we are going to discuss about all the numericals. Okay, from exercise also and solve one also. In this chapter I am going to explain you all the numericals which are in exercise as well and solve as well. Okay, I hope you have written. If you have not written, so just take the video back and write it down. Okay beta, now we will move for the numerical. So the numerical is how much heat energy is necessary to rise the temperature of 5 kg water from 20 degrees Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. Okay, so now as I previously told you beta, whenever given data is whenever numerical is given, firstly you have to do one thing, you have to write down given data. What exactly quantities were given in the particularly in the table, that you have to tabulate first. So here mass is given beta, mass is equal to 5 kg. Okay, specific heat capacity of water is 1 kilocalorie per kilogram per kg centigrade degree Celsius. This table also I have explained in the third video that you have to must watch, specific heat capacity of water. Okay students, now the next, that is afterwards we have a temperature. So the change in temperature delta T is equal to T2 minus T1, where T2, see, okay, let it be, T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius and T2 is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. We have a formula to calculate specific heat capacity of water. How will you calculate the specific heat capacity of water? For that what you have to do is, see this beta, we have a formula that is Q is equal to mc into delta T, where delta T is the fall in temperature or rise in temperature. Here we have to take a fall in temperature. Why so? See this beta, Q is equal to m 5 kg, so taking 5, into C is equal to 1, so taking 1. Delta T is equal to T2 minus T1. Q is equal to 5 into 1 into T2 is equal to 100 minus 20. Okay, further you solve it. So Q is equal to 5 into 100 minus 20 becomes 1 into 80. Multiply this 1 with respect to 5, doesn't matter, that is 5 only, 5 into 80. 18 5s are 40, 8 5s are 40 and 0 as it is. Means Q is given here and Q is equal to 400 kilocalorie. The specific heat capacity of 5 kilogram of water is 400 kilocalorie. So that is why we can see that the heat energy necessary to rise the temperature of water is 400 kilocalorie. The heat required to rise the temperature of water mass 5 kg is 400 kilocalorie. Okay, and this is what? This is the result. You get the procedure beta? What is the procedure? The procedure is that first of all we have to write down given data, afterwards we have to do a calculation, afterwards we have to write down at the last, that is the result. I hope you understand this phenomenon, students. Regarding to this phenomenon, if you have any doubt, so don't forget to ask in the comment box which is given below. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this phenomenon. If you liked it, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Why so subscribe? Because soon I'm going to upload the numericals, means in next video module only I'm going to upload the numericals, so that you have to must watch carefully. So to get the notification, you have to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon too. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this, and if you have a doubt, so don't forget to ask in the comment box which is given below. Thanks for the watching. Thank you.